overcoming armor issues. Whether you are rich or poor, black or white, saved or unsaved, Democratic or Republican, nice or nasty, good or bad, at some point in your life, you're going to experience issues and challenges. I don't care how anointed you are. I don't care how many tongues you speak in. I don't care how good you can dance. At some point in your life, you're going to deal with some issues and some challenges and some struggles. As a matter of fact, whenever God is going to bring you from your now to your next, the usher is always a challenge. I'll say it again. The usher from where you are now to where your next is, you are ushered in by some trouble. Now, there are some issues and there are some struggles that you can deal with, and it does not take a lot of effort. It does not take a lot. Some issues you have, you can make a phone call, and as quick as you make a phone call and get somebody on it, somebody that you know, somebody that you trust, you can get them to, this is happening over here. I need you to handle this. This could be a problem later, but I need you to go and handle it. And they go and handle it, and it's over. There's some issues that you call a repairman. Refrigerator breaks, washing machine breaks, car breaks. You can call the repairman. May take a little money out of your budget, but you can pay the price, and that issue is handled, and it's over. There are some situations, Bishop, that all you have to do is call all the parties involved together. We sit down and we have a talk. We iron out all of the grievances and all of the disagreements, and we come to an agreement, and then we move on and do whatever it is that we have to do. Sometimes you have situations in your relationships, situations with your children, that you can sit down with them and have a talk with them about it, and the issue will be over. They'll say, yes, Dad, yes, Mom, and everything will be over. Issues in your marriage. You sit down and talk, well, I disagree with this, and I think it should be this way, and I think it should be that way, and you talk about it, and you come to a conclusion, and then it's over. You have issues with your body, issues with your physical body, maybe a headache, maybe sinus condition, maybe, something that you go and you take your medicine, you take a Tylenol, you take some Sudafed, and the issue is over, and you go on with your day. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, every problem is not that manageable. Every issue that you deal with is not able to be handled so easily. There are some situations that are the complete opposite. There are some situations that you can make a call to somebody, and you call them and they say, sorry, bro, I can't help you with that one. There's some situations that you get the parties together and you sit down and you cannot come to an agreement. You cannot make things work, and it may cause something as big as a contract, a big deal, to fall apart, and something that you had been hoping for and expecting and wishing would happen, now that whole thing goes down the drain. There are some situations with your children that, unfortunately, like when they were young, they would listen, you would have a little talk, you have a little intervention, and they listen, and it would be over. After they get to a certain age, there are certain situations that are so big that just a little talk with them is not going to help. There are some situations, you know, you can make a phone call to somebody, and when you hear mom's voice, or you hear Bishop's voice, you hear dad's voice, you hear your husband, your wife's voice, and it soothes you and make it feel better. Then there are some situations, there's nothing anybody can say. They try to talk to you, they try to make you feel better, they pray with you, they pray for you, they do all that they can do, but yet and still this situation remains right there in your face. Anybody know what I'm talking about? There's some sicknesses that a Tylenol is not going to help. There are some sicknesses that just a little pill, just a little trip to the doctor is not going to help. I call these Goliath issues, Goliath challenges. I didn't come to preach to everybody today. I just come to preach to the people that's facing a Goliath challenge. Who am I talking to right now? I want you to really get it. I said it earlier, but I want you to get it. That usually it takes a Goliath situation to open up the way to your next. That's not important to everybody, because there are some people that are so satisfied with now. They're so satisfied where you are now until next is not important. So I'm not preaching to the people that's satisfied with now. You've been where you are for years. You've been where you are for all this time, and you've been fine with things like they are, and you all right. There are some of us that thank God, thank you for now, but I'm ready for next. Oh, I just need a praise for the people that's ready for what's next. I did all I can do with now. I am ready. Somebody clap your hands and praise God for what's next. And so we see Goliath, this giant, this situation that is confronting the children of Israel. And look what the scripture tells us about Goliath. Goliath, by some accounts, is nearly 10 feet tall. So he is big, he is huge. You know, you have some people that have, you know, little situations that they make a big deal about. But I'm not